The man back in purple in 2019, Dan Bailey, to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Set. 10 logo.
55 to Mike. 3 buds.
Ready?
They run with David Montgomery, the third-round pick from Iowa State. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
14 yards. That's good.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Lock now on first down. Steps away to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Everson Griffin racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Bill, 180! 380!
Check back. Double tight. 3 down.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
That one 28 yards on the ground. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Watch the safety.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
The first run for the backup of Abdullah. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, Rivers. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The try to quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lock to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So we reach an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Let's go.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this a little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to Mixon on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
180. 180.
You're not ready.
Play action now. Rivers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Check 26. Check 26.
Now Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
12.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you're ranked.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Amir Abdullah with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they got the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Again, it's Elliott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd down, block. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Well, the fake punt gets only a yard, but that's enough to pick up the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
60 Pittsburgh.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. Airing it out for Hearns. He rifles one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's got Rome. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A big spot now for the rookie Lock. Looking and finding Allen Hearns. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On 2nd down, here's Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there, And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing Rivers. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Brown there on the tackle.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
12.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
3rd and long for Rivers. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays of the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Locke going to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Everson Griffin. And goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
Go, go.
Check, check. Fresno.
Room.
Fresno. Kill, kill, kill.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Throwing on first down is Locke. And an alley to run. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 16 yards, a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a third down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big gain.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw is Locke. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10.
Let's go. 80 weapons. Check three.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. On third down, Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Ready
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Get ready, get ready.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Minnesota, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm in the sky.